Welcome to Skeleton Stories, where the shadows come alive and the toys are anything but playful. Deep within the desolate halls of the Playtime Company factory, sinister secrets lie in wait. This was once a place of joy, where cherished toys like Huggy Wuggy, Poppy, and many others were brought to life. But now, the factory is a maze of horror, haunted by the echoes of the past and the monstrous creations left behind. Join us as we unravel the terrifying tale of Poppy Playtime. In Chapter 1, we step into the shoes of a former employee returning to the Playtime Company factory after receiving a mysterious letter. The factory, once bustling with laughter and the sounds of machinery, now stands eerily silent, its corridors dark and foreboding. As we navigate through the abandoned facility, we solve intricate puzzles to restore power and gain access to various areas. Each step forward reveals more of the factory's unsettling past, with children's drawings and discarded toys littering the ground, hinting at the joyful days long gone. The atmosphere is thick with tension as we delve deeper into the dark corridors. The flickering lights and distant, unidentifiable noises keep us on edge. The chapter's climax comes when we encounter Huggy Wuggy, a once beloved toy-turned-nightmarish creature. Tall, dark, and with an unnerving smile, Huggy Wuggy springs to life, chasing us through the factory's narrow vents and echoing halls. His heavy footsteps and guttural growls create a heart-pounding sense of urgency. After a harrowing pursuit, we narrowly escape his grasp, sending him plummeting into the abyss below, but the sense of dread lingers. Chapter 2 introduces us to Poppy, the doll who seems to be more than she appears. We find her trapped in a glass case and release her, only to be met by Mommy Longlegs, another twisted toy. This chapter expands on the eerie lore of the factory, revealing that the toys were part of a series of dark experiments conducted by the company. The factory's once bright and colorful environment now feels like a sinister trap, with each room holding new dangers and secrets. As we try to escape, Mommy Longlegs forces us to participate in a series of deadly games, reminiscent of a child's twisted playtime. The once cheerful and vibrant playgrounds and playrooms now feel like deadly arenas. We solve complex puzzles, each more challenging than the last, while facing terrifying challenges set by Mommy Longlegs. Her presence is both maternal and menacing, her long, spindly limbs creeping through the shadows as she stalks us. The chapter culminates in a final showdown with Mommy Longlegs, ultimately defeating her by using the factory's machinery against her. The tension peaks as we narrowly avoid being caught in the machinery ourselves. The chapter ends with us boarding a train, guided by Poppy, but a malfunction causes a crash, leaving us unconscious and at the mercy of the factory's horrors. Chapter 3, Deep Sleep, plunges us deeper into the factory's dark history. Awakening from the wreckage of the train crash, we find ourselves in the Playcare orphanage, a place meant to care for children but now filled with terror. The once bright and welcoming environment of the orphanage is now a decaying, sinister place, with flickering lights casting long, eerie shadows. Here, we face a new adversary, Catnap, a monstrous feline with a haunting presence. The atmosphere is thick with dread as we explore the orphanage, solving puzzles and evading Catnap's deadly traps. Blood-stained beds and eerie toys paint a grim picture of the orphan's fate. The walls are covered in children's drawings, some depicting happy memories, while others show their fear and suffering. As we navigate the orphanage, the tragic history of the orphans used in experiments becomes apparent through hidden documents and recordings. The cold, clinical language of the documents contrasts sharply with the horror they describe. The player encounters Catnap, a monstrous cat-like creature with the ability to stalk silently and attack with deadly precision. The eerie sounds of Catnap's presence send chills down our spine, its low growls and soft footsteps creating an atmosphere of constant tension. Key moments of evasion and confrontation heighten the terror as we try to outsmart Catnap using the environment and tools found within the orphanage. The creature's glowing eyes pierce through the darkness, making each encounter a nerve-wracking experience. Throughout the chapter, we uncover documents and recordings that reveal the dark experiments conducted on the orphans by Playtime Company. These experiments aimed to create sentient toys using the children's essence, leading to the creation of Catnap and other twisted creatures. The children's voices, recorded during the experiments, add a haunting layer to the narrative, their pleas and cries echoing through the empty halls. As we reach the climax of Chapter 3, we gather all the tools and knowledge we've acquired throughout our journey in the factory. The eerie atmosphere thickens as we prepare for the final confrontation with Catnap, the monstrous feline creature that has been stalking us through the orphanage. The walls of the factory seem to close in, the flickering lights casting long, unsettling shadows. We bait Catnap into a large room filled with old, rusting machinery. The air is thick with the smell of oil and decay, the machines creaking and groaning as if they could come to life at any moment. As Catnap prowls closer, its glowing eyes piercing through the darkness, we spring the trap. The sound of machinery roars to life, the noise echoing through the cavernous room. Catnap is caught in the mechanical jaws, its screams of fury and pain echoing in our ears. For a moment there is silence. The quiet is almost as unsettling as the noise that preceded it. But just as we begin to catch our breath, the ground beneath us starts to shake. The walls tremble, and debris starts to fall from the ceiling. We realize the factory is beginning to collapse. As we race to escape, we stumble upon a hidden laboratory, a place where the factory's darkest experiments were conducted. Here, we encounter the prototype, a horrifying amalgamation of parts from various toys and machinery. Its presence is overwhelming, a chilling reminder of the factory's twisted ambitions. The prototype, also known as Experiment 1006, is a highly intelligent and malevolent entity capable of controlling other toys and manipulating the environment to its advantage. In the laboratory, we witness a horrifying scene. The prototype, using its mechanical appendages, drags the incapacitated body of Catnap towards itself. The air is filled with a sickening noise as the prototype begins to assimilate Catnap's essence and parts into its own form. The sight is both mesmerizing and terrifying, a fusion of organic and mechanical horror. This gruesome process hints at the prototype's true purpose, to become the ultimate being, absorbing the traits and abilities of other experiments to enhance its own power. After the battle with Catnap and the horrifying revelation of the prototype, we find ourselves in a dimly lit room where Poppy and Kissy Missy are waiting. The atmosphere is thick with tension, the air heavy with the scent of fear. As we approach, Kissy Missy lets out a chilling scream that echoes through the factory, signaling an ominous end to Chapter 3. As we look ahead to Chapter 4, theories abound. The dark corridors of the factory are said to hide even more sinister creations. We speculate on the introduction of new characters and antagonists, including more powerful and terrifying toys created by Playtime Company. There are hints at potential new locations within the factory, such as hidden chambers and ancient machines that could play a significant role in the upcoming chapters. Theories also suggest the prototype's true purpose might be revealed, uncovering the deeper, more sinister plans of the factory's creators. Chapter 4 is rumored to delve further into the origins of the toys and the true extent of the experiments conducted within the factory. The next chapter promises to explore new areas, including the underground labs where the most horrifying experiments took place. We might also encounter new allies, former employees, or survivors who can shed light on the factory's darkest secrets. The new antagonists are expected to be even more formidable, with unique abilities and terrifying appearances that will push our protagonist to their limits. Thank you for joining us on this spine-chilling journey through the Playtime Company factory. Stay tuned for more terrifying tales and dark discoveries on Skeleton Stories. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to never miss an update. Sweet dreams if you can sleep.